What is good, people? It is your boy T-Rav, and I am back up in the mix once again for the Creator Review. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, if it's not clear by now, John David Washington is one of the best actors in Hollywood, and it's really not that much of a question anymore, okay? You consider his track record of what he's done just to start his career, insane. Heavy spoilers. I shouldn't have to say this every time because y'all know me by now, but I'm just saying for those who might be new, heavy spoilers, okay? So, obviously, the breakdown of this movie is humans create AI. They start taking on more and more human-type forms and things like that because tech just got so advanced apparently in this world. You know, they started using robots like back in the 50s, and it's really cool. In the beginning of the movie, they show a little montage of kind of how it all begins, and they're showing like the old-timey black and white commercials where they're saying this robot can do this one can do this, they can do pretty much anything. You got the happy music going and shit, and slowly but surely these things get more and more advanced, and eventually they start taking on bigger jobs. Everybody has a robot type. It's really some iRobot type shit, but they went further than that earlier, you know what I'm saying? They started to be using this police force and everything else. And you can imagine what that led to, okay? But I'm not gonna lie, I could not have imagined that it led to a freaking Oppenheimer to start the movie, okay? And then this 5-star general comes out and they are putting the full blame on the AI, bro. Because as far as we know, Los Angeles got obliterated. A nuke dropped on these niggas. The special effects were so clean in this movie, bro. Like, every time one of these massive explosions is, it was so cool, dog. It was so cool. I mean, I don't know. The CGI is getting too good nowadays, bro, because I can understand that you just see buildings get wiped, and it's crazy. If you imagine that happened in the U.S., and there was some enemy that we could go after, oh yeah, America, we going after the niggas. You know that, all right? You know that. But it's just crazy, dog, because the general starts cutting that promo talking about, now, see, we have banned. Hey, I don't know why I'm giving him a southern accent. That's what I want to fucking do. He said, we have banned AI over here in the Western world. However, the Asian people have decided to not only continue to work with these AIs, but they are working to progress them even further. We have nothing against the Asian people. It's just those that they harbor. I was like, oh yeah, we getting right into that racism early, boy. Oh, baby. And it's like, you know where this is going, bro. It's humans versus AIs, but really in this movie, what you come to find out, even though that mistake happened, or maybe it wasn't a mistake, who knows? That mistake happens, all the humans basically turn on him, except he gets over in the East. And the more you watch the movie, bro, the robots are the ones that's chilling, bro. They really just trying to live in peace. They can't even kill people. It's literally not in their programming. You find that out later, and I'm sure there's certain ones that gone rogue and things like that. But I'm just saying, bro, it was wild to see just how on smoke we were about everything considered AIs, and we got this fucking super weapon up in the sky. Okay, it's like something straight out of Mass Effect. I forget what the damn thing's called, but my goodness, it is a humongous ship that just drops nukes whenever it wants. At, I guess, at human directive now. They built this thing in the aftermath of all that, and that's where we get John David Washington. He's living out here in Asia. I forget where specifically they're at, but it looks like they're in Indonesia or Thailand or something like that, and they on the coast or whatever. And he's got his little thing, you know what I'm saying? He's got his wife, she's pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And it's all good, bro. It's all good. They're chilling, and the people around there that they're living with are like, half of them are like half AI people that kind of look like humans. Some are regular robots, and then there's people mixed in there too. And his wife is a human, but she goes on to say that this is essentially like her family now because they treated her and adopted her. And a whole village full of robots. They adopted like human orphans and took care of them. And she's just talked about how they treated her better than humans ever did. So now that's her family for real. And it all goes to shit, bro. You knew it was gonna happen, but what you didn't know is, all right, the U.S. is pulling up special teams type shit. They coming out the ocean strap, ready to go. All right, and that big fucking super weapon is coming, just solid as fuck through the sky. All right, they're coming. Everybody starts noticing them. Pandemonium, bro. They just start dumping on anybody that's there, right? And you're worried because it's like, oh shit, what's he gonna do? They may try and kill his wife and stuff. Turns out this nigga's been undercover the whole time because one of the goons that's breaking up in there, he actually ends up knowing him. He plays it off like he doesn't and makes his wife go upstairs to grab something or whatever, and then he talks to his friend. He's like, Drew, what's going on, man? Because one of the other robots just fucking whooped his ass, nigga. And I'm talking about, tell me who's coming. Bow, bow. Them robots be hitting the stiff jabs, boy. I know it. I know that shit hurt, dog. He was in it, and then he fucking, boom. Yeah, like, it's fucked up. But hey, they kind of deserve it. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, then he's like, hey, Drew, what's going on? Like, this wasn't part of the plan. Yada, yada, yada. Clearly, information has not been relayed to him while he's on this undercover mission. What they're trying to find, God, is the creator, the one that's the Nirmata, and that's like the translation for it, I guess, in that language. But the Nirmata is essentially going to be looked upon as like a god amongst like the AI people or whatever, or a savior of sorts. So that's the person that they're trying to go after because rumors have come across that a super weapon has been made, right? And we're America. We can't have that. And there's a possibility that there's some weapon out here that could take down our big super weapon. Like, oh, fuck all that. We coming for them. On site all the time. And I'm not going to lie to you. This shit really was starting to get on my nerves later. But I'll get to it. Gets on the radio and he's like, hey, yo, call out the strike, yada, yada, yada. And then his wife's behind him. She points the gun on him. And she's like, what are you doing? I thought this was real. None of this was ever real, was it? And he was like, no, they're not real. Those people you call your family, they're not real. That's just code that's programmed. But me, I love you. And that baby that you have in you, that's real. This right here is real. But she couldn't, bro. The fact that he was so, he had to know, bro. There's no way she was gonna be able to just abandon her entire family. There's no way. There's no way. All right, and it's rough, bro, cause there's really nothing he can do about it. And so they're kind of escaping. They get out on the boat. He's trying to go stop them, but they're already way out in the water. And here comes the fucking Superman. God damn, bro. That shit hurts, man. As then the fucking nuke is dropped. And my God, decimation. Just obliterated everything. Wife, child included. So we flash forward, I think it's like 5 years later. He's down in the dumps, you know what I'm saying? He don't look like he got much to live for. And he basically says as much when the general people pull back up on him because they're like, oh, we got another lead on Nirmata. You know, I know you said you didn't know anything or whatever, but we gotta go get this, man. We gotta go do this, and you're the one that's gotta be able to do it. And he's like, I ain't doing that shit. And this fucking bitch, bro. Oh, it's like the assistant to the general that pulls up and pitches this offer to him. And she goes on this little thing. And she thought she was clean. I'm not gonna lie. In theory, if she was on smoke, bro, if she was on smoke, she would actually have been a formidable villain. The problem is that this bitch was all talk, no substance. Because she went on this little promo talking about, you know the difference between the Neanderthals and us? You know, people say the Neanderthals were dumb. No, that's not true at all. They made tools. They made culture. They worship things. They made necklaces to bury their dead. Like, they were very, very smart. But the problem is that they ran into another species that was smart and meaner. And she said, well, what do you think is going to happen to us if we don't take action? And it's like, you have a fair point. You really have a fair point. I'm not going to hold you. But that nigga, and then she was like, don't you want to see that you race for going extinct? He said, he just kind of started walking away, and they were saying, Joshua, you gotta do it. He said, you know, with all due respect, I don't give a shit about all that, okay? That night, I lost my wife, and I lost my child. So I don't give a damn about going extinct. Excuse me, I gotta go watch my TV. I was like, no. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And it's like, you feel that, bro. You feel that. Because of the scenes before, when he woke up in present day, he don't have his arm. He don't have a leg. Apparently, both of those got lost when the nuke dropped in LA, and he lost his entire family as well. And that's what he had left. That's all he had left. And you know, it destroyed him that it went down like that. And you know he blames himself for that, as he should, because he's the reason why his wife is dead. Like, there's no other reason why his wife died than him. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up, but it's the God's honest truth. It's the God's honest truth. Because he was getting an MRI, and like, these military people are regularly checking in on him, and you know what I'm saying, doing scans on him. They have the technology now where they can tell if you're telling the truth or telling a lie while you're inside an MRI. They can scan people's memories and all this stuff. So there's like a lot of things that they can do. But he don't really have no other leads. He's convinced that his wife died until the bitch and the general showed the video, just recorded a couple days ago at that time apparently, where his wife was with her family people again at some undisclosed location. And you know it's fake, bro. You know deep in your heart that this shit is fake. But he can't help it. He can't help himself but to go and see. Oh, bro, it's like, brother, did you not watch what happened in front of you? And I know she wasn't directly in the blast, but that shockwave fucking launched this nigga. When he was all on the beach, she was halfway out into the water, like in between where the bomb dropped and where he was. Bro, there's no way. It's fucked up. And they were like, you know, we can't guarantee her safety, but if you go, then, you know, you have a chance. And I promise, like, we'll let you bring her home. It's like, you know what type of time they on, bro. They ain't about holding up no word like that. They just died, because all they call them is just terrorists. And, like, you could visibly see the disgust that they feel for robots and things like that. Which don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. But, hey, I kind of sort of get it. So they're taking off on their mission. And the lady goes too. That's what's crazy. She goes too, and she tells her backstory about how both her sons died all this, yada yada. She sheds a tear, and her little squad goonies look at her. It's like, bro, I'm not worried about this bitch. I'm really not. I'm really, really not. Okay. But at that point, you were like, oh shit. So yeah, she's actually bad like that. They pull up to the facility to find her body the super weapon. She don't get boots on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? So you just gonna circle off in the helicopter this whole time? So they go off on this recon strike mission. They invade this village and they're just fucking niggas up, bro. And they got everybody at gunpoint, and it's just random villagers for real, like they're farmers, and they're fucking making the kids cry. They're picking up the dog, and it's like, tell me where the lab is. All this stuff. The little girl gives away the position at the shrine, opens up a secret doorway that goes to the lab. All right. Now, the Americans are here in Asia, remember? So, in Asia, they fucks with the robots like that. So they're really off the books. If they get caught, they're fucking done. Okay? Because they use robots and they're part of their society, and they ain't trying to get rid of them whatsoever. The police that they have there is all robots. Like, it's crazy. Them niggas roll deep. So immediately police comes and starts pressing niggas, and they're coming in force, right? And as they're breaking in, people are getting split off, people are getting separated, and they just thought, you know, we go in, unlock some shit. It's not that simple. You gotta decode all this shit, but whatever. Everybody else ends up going away. The encryption finishes. He busts through the door, and it's the kid. And it's the kid. And you're wondering, like, all right, for the most part, she looks like the rest of them. Like, she doesn't look really any different, to be honest. But the way they're describing it is like, this is a one-of-a-kind, new type of AI. And that is one thing that you never really saw. You never saw any other robots that were children. You never saw it. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? She over there just watching cartoons and shit. He pulls up and got the gun on her and stuff. But she ain't really tripping about it. She ain't worried about it at all. And I'm like, what's going on here? Hey, little warrior on her hands, okay. And he's trying to get information out of her to tell him where his wife is, but she don't really know how to speak at this point whatsoever, so she's not saying anything. And then I guess her protector comes out of nowhere and, you know, holds up Joshua and tells her to escape. She does. After the robot tries to kill Joshua or whatever, Joshua is able to get the upper hand, take that nigga down, and then he starts going after the kid who's up top side. And it's crazy how she comes out of that bunker that she was in, because she's literally been in this fucking bunker that looks like a nuclear silo or whatever. She comes out, and you just hear how loud it is. And it's like, for the first time, you're seeing that, like, this is legitimately probably the first time she's been in open, fresh air. And even though it's at night, it's like all the sounds of the insects and the grass is rustling, and then you're hearing the bombs, you're hearing the gunshots, because she has just walked out right into a war zone, basically. And it's fucked up, bro, because then the fucking big Nexus ship comes out of nowhere. Boom, boom, and it's like, what the fuck, nigga? Because John David Washington gets up there, and once they drop that hole, he's like, oh shit, nigga. Gets fucking tossed, bro. Gets launched. I honestly don't know how he survived that. So this nigga has taken 3 nukes to the face at this point, okay? This is wild. This is wild. And that's when, you know, you got some main character syndrome going when you taking 3. I don't give a damn if it's just a shockwave, okay? That shit ain't supposed to be how it works, okay? That shockwave was powerful as shit, and everybody else got fucked up, basically. He had one other teammate that survived, but he was basically on death's door already, okay? And that wasn't until the next morning when Joshua went back to go and like figure out where the radio sound was coming from, because it seemed like there was no one there, his buddy's laying down on the ground or whatever. But that's not until, that didn't happen after, until the kid walks up on him and is just like looking at him, and he's like, what the fuck? He woke up, what the fuck? That shit was funny, bro. And she just like, and he's like, "Don't get the fuck out of here." Throws a rock at her. And she's just looking. He turns his back, grabs her stuff, and she chunked the rock at that nigga. That shit was really hella awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's like you know what type of time he's really on with the robots, because at his other job that he was working, it basically seems like a garbage man, but it's like the recovery team that consistently works on the aftermath of the LA site. And you know, this one girl got freaked out when they were going and clean stuff up, and he just went and unplugged the robot, which killed it essentially. And he was like, "Don't worry about it." She was like, "What? It was talking like it was real." Clearly she had never been out in the field or nothing like that. And he was like, "Don't worry about it, it's just programmed." It's like, so that's how he views it. He just views them as code. Like, they don't really have emotions or souls like that. It's just all programming. And in a sense, he's not wrong. He's not wrong, but what he fails to understand is that we are much the same, okay? Our programming may come in a different form, but it's largely the same. And you have to remember, this is artificial intelligence, okay? So, in a way, once it's advanced to this point, you would think it would start showing the signs that it's more than just some program that you can just go in, change a 1 or a 0. Like, there's a lot more to these people than you want to give them credit for at first. Because throughout the movie, you see these scenes. We already talked about how they took care of his wife or whatever when she was a child. You see other times where there are robot shamans that are praying and having funerals and stuff for their dead, the robots. And you see humans and robots alike, they're all grieving for people. So, like, it's just really cool how they display just how human the robots are throughout this movie. And they continue to just hammer that message that, no, like, these are not just, you know, the fucking droids from Star Wars or whatever, that it's just a bunch of bumbling idiots. Like, no, there's a lot more to these people than what meets the eye. Not to give him a Transformers bag or nothing. But anyway, so he's taking his buddy. They're trying to go, he's trying to hide out for now from the police and all that who are combing the entire area. Because, you know what I'm saying, niggas have run off in their country and they ain't supposed to be there, so they got the right to do whatever they want to them, for real. And the lady, general woman, gets called up, but she breaks out later because they're just transporting her like some normal prisoner, not realizing that they're special forces or whatever. It wasn't even really her that broke out, it's her fucking top goon that did. So yeah, still not giving her credit. I don't give a damn. And the guy that was hurt that he's trying to help, he was freaking out, bro. And he was too close to the end or whatever. And when he saw the kid, he was like, "What the fuck is that thing?" And then she turned and smiled at him. And you could tell in that moment that he was like, "What is this?" I don't even know if he was sure anymore. Like, we were just supposed to kill some super weapon, but it's just a kid. But he's trying to force him to go, you know, get him medical treatment. He's dying or whatever, but they can't. They won't make it through the checkpoints. He died shortly thereafter. So, you know, it's fucked up, but it kind of worked out for the best so we can get the move on, okay? So, basically, for a long section now, it's just us bonding with the kid, trying to sneak through checkpoints and things like that. And it's crazy because everywhere this nigga goes. And I don't know why he gets surprised when this type of shit starts happening all around him after everywhere he goes. Clearly, they're following you, brother. They're following you. to not only get to Nirmata, but also because you have the child. Come on, man, because this Nexus thing is just pulling up, dumping on every single place that it goes. It's just like, oh my God. Like, at that point, I was really starting to get pissed because, you know, it's like, I understand that you want to do anything in the world to see your wife again, but number one, we don't even have no guarantee that that is your actual wife. That, well, all the technology y'all got, you think they can't do some deep fake hologram AI stuff? I find that hard to believe. Okay, but, and he just doesn't care, bro. Like, I mean, he cares, but it doesn't matter, and it's not gonna stop him from going to try to find his wife or whatever. And it's crazy because the little back and forth dialogue that they start having, because she just learns the languages of like his translator or whatever within a couple minutes. So all of a sudden she can speak English and it's cool and all that. And she says that mother, or the creator, which is Nirmata, is in Dan, I think. Whatever. It's some temple place that's way off in an obscure location or whatever, and that's where they got to get to. But she was like, so why are these people after me? He's kind of giving the breakdown or whatever. And she was like, are you my friend? And he was like, yeah, sure. And she was like, are you a good person? And he was like, no, I'm not. And earlier they had, like, somehow they had brought up the concept of heaven, and she's asking what it is. And he said, well, it's not somewhere I can go. To be there, you got to be good or whatever. I think he told her because of, like, he said something about how he had already lost his family. And she was like, well, then we're the same, because you're not good and I'm not a person. And it's like, bro, I know that shit was in the trailer, dog, but I can't tell you how hard that shit hit. And she just slumps over into this nigga, and it's like, bro, she is not wrong, bro. She's not wrong. Must say, gotta give a shout out to the kid in this movie. I'm normally not a big fan of kid actors, and really the last time I saw a kid do this well in a movie was probably the movie 65. If y'all haven't seen that, with Adam Driver and I forget the kid's name or whatever, but she did her thing. But I think this kid did an even better job, not only because we had to really dive into that dialogue at times, but it was just that emotion and showing how at these little moments she just wants to be like a regular kid for the most part, but she getting them out of certain situations because she has the power to remote control technology, not just shit that runs off, like, you know, the power grid, but battery power stuff. Like, she's going to one day be able to control all technology. And the way he finds this out is that he goes to his other friend Drew, who at this point now is shacked up with him, a little AI lady, you know what I'm saying? And they're treating him well, treating him nice. I think he's basically running some type of sweatshop that's making new robots or whatever. And it's really wild to watch that scene because you see all the people, they're just in there, giggling. It's so funny. And you see the look of terror on these robots that are half built, but it looks like they're already alive, and they're looking around and they're freaking out and they're trying to figure out what's going on. These people are just laughing, and it's like, that was a little moment that I did not expect to somewhat feel emotional about, bro. Because it's like, god damn, these niggas is really alive and they feel all that shit. It's like, it's fucked up, man. And they just treat it like normal everyday life, and that's how it is now. But it's just those little and the kid is what's really seeing all these little moments with us. So I think that was like a great decision by like just the directors or whatever to show those little details like that, kind of, and we see it from the kid's perspective, like of how fucked up it looks. You know what I'm saying? But again, somebody found out that they were here. Goon Squad coming, but this is just regular police this time. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna come and try and take the kid, and it's fucked up, bro. Cause the lady, who's Drew's wife, gets blown up. And Drew is just destroyed after that. Because you know that he loved that woman. And it's crazy because he was telling Joshua not to fall in love with all this. And he was the one talking on that programming thing originally, because he went and, you know, gave him the undercover mission. And that's when he first saw his wife, Maya. And he was like, well, she's just a normal person. And he was like, she's a terrorist. They are terrorists. Those are programming, and she is a terrorist. Don't go all native on me. Don't fall in love. We know how that ended. And I'm not gonna lie. Woo. When he first really met her, like in that club or whatever, yeah, buddy, I'd have fell in love too. What? I'm not gonna lie to you. That was bad. All right. But yeah, Goon Squad comes through. They actually end up getting the kid. And it's wild because, like, you're like, oh shit, how's this gonna go? He's gonna have to get her back from them. But he is actually able to get the kid back or whatever, right? And through some info from Drew, he was like, okay, well, we gotta go back to the site where it really happened, because Drew's talking about there's some things that you didn't know, things we didn't tell you, and that ring, we can track it back, because the ring is what he gave to Maya in the first place. That's how they ever found them, because there was a tracker in that ring that he gave to his wife. It's fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, it's hell. It makes you fucking hate the main character for a large bulk of the movie. Like, you want to root for him, but at the same time you don't want to root for him, because he's directly, number one, working with the bad people, which are the humans in this movie, and then he's getting the good people snapped the fuck up even when he's not working with them and running away from them, because he's not moving smart enough to where they can't track him. Okay, they're still tracking him at every fucking turn, and that shit makes me so mad, because you got this fucking bitch that's just all fucking extra, dog. She comes in after they get away with Drew and all that, and then she starts fucking with homie's wife, bro. She's like, she's not dead till I say she is. And it's like, whips her fucking hand off and dumps that shit on the ground. Like, oh, what the fuck? And there's other scenes where she's tracking information, and there's this one robot that they're fixing up because they got fucked up. One of their texts, she was speaking the native language, acting all cool, acting like, you know, it was gonna turn out alright. Thank you for your help. And they're literally fixing her, and she pulls out the fucking strap. Bang! Nigga, I'm not gonna lie, this shit was cold-blooded. But like I said, you ain't pressing real niggas. You pressing these citizens because you got a goon squad on your back, okay? We see you. We see your fraudulence, woman. We see it. Okay? Don't fucking tell me that you was on smoke like that when it's top goons and your goonies doing shit all the fucking time and not really you, because you just want to get your hands dirty with the common folk. Oh boy. So, in that regard, this villain was hella effective. Because you see how fucking worked up it got me. Alright? But shit just makes me mad, bro. Like, I couldn't respect it. I could not respect it. Alright, because she wasn't on that type of time for real, bro. But they go back to the old house that they were at. He sees the ring in the water. Niggas pull up. But it's not America this time. It's Maya's people. They've pulled up. And unfortunately, Drew gets caught up in the crossfire. It's fucked. It's like every single person this nigga comes across, they end up getting snapped the fuck up. Hey. It is what it is. It is what it fucking is. Alright. But they pull up on him. They take the kid, knock out Joshua or whatever. when it comes to Tamaya's dad. Shout out to Ken Watanabe. It's always great to see him in movies, bro. Like, the nigga just has that presence, you know what I'm talking about. And he was talking about, I will never, ever take you to Nirvana. Because don't you see what's going on? They're literally following you. And you're going to lead to their destruction. You're going to lead to her destruction. And it's rough, but you know that he's not going to stop. And he's like, well, I'm going to make sure that you can't do anything. He hops off the boat that they're on to get away. And it looks like he gets away. All he did was just fucking hang on to the bottom of the boat type shit because it's a little bit out the water. To take them to wherever their camp is. And, you know, that's like basically, it seems like the resistance center or where it's kind of based out of. But the problem is they don't have no real plan. They're on the run. They're doing their best. They think the only way is just to get rid of the fucking ship. But there is hope for them now because they see that the child is real and can do what she can do. And they're talking in secret and saying how like this child doesn't even know what she was made to do. Like her power is just gonna grow exponentially. But the problem is that we don't have that time. So what we gotta do is get her on that ship by any means necessary. And when she does the job, she's gonna die. And it's fucked up, but that'll at least turn the tide of the war. And it's like, bro, if anything, y'all should be doing everything in your power to protect and support that child. Because that's going to be the one that leads y'all into the new age. That is the real evolution of these new beings, bro. And it's like, but obviously, America on that fucking ass again, bro. And it's this crazy scene where they're pulling up, right? Pulling up, and it's like this bridge scene where there's a standoff. Now, John David Washington's trying to get away with the kid, and the kid's like, no, have to help. No, have to help. Because they just started dumping on everybody. All right? And she had already slept. You know, it looked like she is the granddaughter of Ken Watanabe's character or whatever. And, bro, when you saw her just laid up with him in that hammock when they were asleep that night, and she wasn't really asleep, but she was just happy, and he had this big goofy smile on his face because he had already fallen asleep. That shit was so awesome, bro. It really was. And it's little moments now where you start to see that Joshua's character has started to change already. He unplugged Ken Watanabe and she got mad, but he said, not off, on standby. And he said this before throughout the movie, it's like, oh, my family is off. Like, no more. And that's how they refer to, dying instead of actually saying it like that, to put it in terms that she understands. All right, and they've said that multiple times throughout the movie. So it's just little shit like that, dog, that just, oh, my goodness. Just the writers really got in their bag in this movie. But there's this bridge scene where General Bitch is on smoke. She has these fucking droid things that are literally kamikaze runners. They just fucking take off. They look like big fat ass trash cans, but nigga, they getting that wind, boy. They was, and it's wild because like the first one that she programs, G13 launch, and that robot said, "Ooh, my goddamn, it's up for me." That shit was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's not supposed to be funny, but you could tell that robot, no face to have no expression, but my goodness, you could tell by the way he fucking said, well, ma'am, it was a pleasure serving you. And she said, what is you doing? Get the fuck out there. And runs through, past Ken Watanabe and everybody else, blows up a whole bunch of people, bro. And it's fucked up. And then G14, go. That nigga don't say nothing. He just take off. and there's smoke everywhere, and you're like, oh fuck, what just happened? And then you hear the footsteps coming, that nigga coming, and then all of a sudden the smoke, just the kid's there, and she's just fucking posed up like some kind of JoJo character, and that nigga's running, and then all of a sudden he starts slowing down and stops in front of her, and bro, I got fucking chills, dog, thinking about that shit. All of a sudden, that nigga said, my lord, take the knee, son. Yeah, I'm fucking spitting. I said, take the knee. My lord, your wish is my command. Like, that nigga took the knee. He didn't say nothing, but he just took the fucking knee, and the timer was going, and it's going, and it's getting low, and she... that nigga shit just stops. And he's good. And he stands up or whatever, and he's sitting there. Joshua goes up to try to get the kid. Because Top Goon is now on his way, because the general bitch is like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Get your ass out there. Yes, ma'am. He coming out there, and he shoots the fucking kid. Didn't think that was gonna happen. So the kid's laid out. Joshua gets up, runs and scrambles to protect her. Goon thinks that we on the same side still. Tries to go and shoot her again. Boom! Fuck you, nigga. I'll shoot you first. And yeah, and then we had to take that nigga out because he wouldn't stop. And he tried to shoot her again. Lay that nigga out. And that's when I think Ken's character realized, like, oh no, like, he's serious. Like, he really means that, you know, like, he hadn't had to say it, but he can tell that he's sincere at this point. So he's like, all right, I'll take you to Nirmata because that's going to be the only person that can fix this kid anyway now. This point, because there's not a whole lot that they can do for her. And so they go to this temple in this obscure place. And they weren't trying to let him see her at first, but eventually they allowed it. Oh, bro. And you knew that shit was not right, and you knew that it wasn't gonna be as it seemed. And naturally, he gets up in there. Hold on, I gotta make sure. Oh, shit, still recording. I'm gonna be pissed. And he's having all these memories about the two of them because Grandpa dropped the knowledge. Yeah, she's there, but she's stuck. But before she died, she completed Alfie, which is just the random name he gave her. She completed Alfie a few weeks before that original attack happened. And it was a nice little swerve that they did, but she essentially just made a copy of her embryo, and that's what Alfie is. So it really is like his kid, but it's not his kid. It's a little confusing, but the kid, the actual kid, died. Or not necessarily died, but yeah, pretty much. Because his wife is hooked up to all these machines, and it's just keeping her alive at this point. Apparently she's been like this for 5 years, and it's these shaman people that's taking care of her or whatever. And he was like, why would y'all let her be like this? And they were like, we can't hurt humans under any circumstances. This is the best that we could do. She's not dead, she's not alive, but she is stuck. And then they're left alone, and the kid's already on the bed hugging her. Oh, God, man. That shit really almost got me, bro. It really did. Because it's just... Kid knew all along that Nirmata's her mother or whatever. But when she turns... Oh, shit. I'm getting a little choked up. When she turns and asks Joshua... help her find the ending. I was like, oh, dude. You know what type of strength that would take? To know that your parent is, or someone, just someone that you love, with all your heart, especially, like, who do you really love more than your mother in most circumstances? That's the one that gives birth to you, and most of the time, that's the one you have the most love for. Can you imagine being like a 5-year-old kid and asking someone to put her out of her misery, basically? That is fucking crazy, dude. Oh. I mean, but just excellent storytelling and writing, bro. Because they embrace, and he's just talking to his wife for a second, talking about how he just wanted one more time. He would just do anything to see her one last time. And he says that he loves her. Turns out the machine. And that fucking general bitch comes in. He's like, you did a good job, Taylor. Okay, I mean, you may have been acting like a traitor, but we can all forget about this and go home. You'll be a hero. Just give me the child, and you know what I'm saying? We have Nirmata. He was like, she's dead. Oh, she ain't dead until I think she is. She goes to pull out the fucking memory transfer thing, and he's like, oh, hold up, and she got the gun or whatever, and she also got a little goon squad over there in the back, conveniently. But, we love this shit. Ken Watanabe walks up in that piece, in amongst the middle of all of them. Got the fucking EMP type gun on her. But it's got two functions. It can fuck you up and it can just stun you. He didn't have that shit on stun, dog. Alright. She was like, yeah, numbered. Yeah, this is all fucked up. I should really blow a hole in you, Joshua. I was like, yo, someone get this bitch out of here. And my God, we just love it because she shot Ken Watanabe. The nigga got up, shot her ass. They lit him up. They lit his ass up. Left two big ass holes in him. I ain't gonna lie. And she was like, oh, get it off me. Get it off me. And the kid said, oh, woo, woo. It stops it from exploding for a second. But all it did was buy them time to get out the way just enough. And then she fucking reactivated it out before they were able to take it off. Kaboom. Bitch. Blown to smithereens. Love it. Thank God. Mwah. Chef's kiss for that moment. My goodness. You know, like I said, effective villain. But Jesus Christ, bro. Like, she was so annoying and she wasn't doing nothing herself. That's what was making it so goddamn frustrating. Alright. But, you know, Ken buys him time to get out of there. So it looks like he's still alive, but it looks like he's about to die, and you know, it's fucked up. But he says, you gotta destroy that super weapon. That's our only hope. And so, bro, this last stretch, they go and they just said, fuck it. We are gonna make it to this goddamn space station no matter what. They start breaking through checkpoints. They fucking break into the goddamn shit, I can't even talk. The airport. And she's over here doing her fucking thing, touching things. What are you going to the lunar colonies for? And they're fucking wanting people. She just puts her hand on that robot. Boop. To be free. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Love that shit, bro. get on the plane. They know he's on the plane. So they're like, set that fucking bird down. We ain't letting that nigga or that thing get on this ship. They try to fucking take control. Nope. Woo. She locks in. Sends them niggas right on up to the base. Oh my God. But you're like, dude, they're walking right into it. They're coming. There's no way. But bro, they're just so smart and the teamwork was so good, bro. Because, dog, that shit played out so clean. Evacuated all the other passengers. They throw smoke grenades and all the shit in there, trying to confuse the story. And they get in there and they got him at gunpoint. And he was like, hold up, where's the kid? And I realized he got a spacesuit on. That nigga said, boop, boop. Open that fucking airlock. Goodbye, niggas. Goodbye. Love that shit. And he already tells Alfie, go to the control room to turn these missiles off because they're about to launch a coordinated strike on all of the places where terrorists are living across the world, and it's crazy as fuck, bro, because they're lining up to start dumping on major cities now. And like basically what they're trying to do, without saying they're trying to do it, is some real deal genocide on all of the Eastern Hemisphere. They're like, fuck it. You niggas didn't want to work with us, didn't want to listen to us, you want to keep working with the robots and shit? Fine. Fuck all you niggas. And that's basically what type of time they on. So the fucking bombs start dropping. They only have a few minutes. Alright. This nigga goes on the outside and he's trying to fucking... He is scaling on the outside of these missiles to plant the bomb to actually start the explosion of the super ship. Once they've actually shut down this fucking launch process, but that's all on Alfie. That's all on Alfie. So he gets back. Alfie does the job. She's able to actually stop the missiles, and it's crazy because he's literally on the missile that's about to get launched. It stops. He makes it back to the ship, realizes she's not back yet. And the reason why she's not back is because she sees copies of her mother. And you're like, oh no. And she goes, mother. And she drags one of them out into the field. And, you know, Joshua's pinned down at this point. It's looking real rough. Doesn't look like he's going to make it. She puts the memory stick that they had used to take his wife's memory, puts it into her, then she leaves. And I was like, what is this for? I don't understand. And she was like, come on, Joshua needs us. But I think that was the kid in her, where she's just trying any last-ditch effort to try and save her whole family at this point. And, yeah, but shit starts going down, bro. Shit starts exploding. Alfie makes it back, but not really in time because the niggas are on their fucking ass and they activate some, the Incredibles rolling monster with all the Doc Ock arms going everywhere, and it's, you know what I'm saying, it snatches the kid out of the evac pod because, you know, Joshua's over here dying on the ground because his helmet got cracked and exposed, so his oxygen level's basically at nothing. Somehow the kid's able to activate the airlock to pressurize it, and then he figures out a way to draw the robot away from her over to him to bust open the airlock again so he can get the goddamn switch that had fallen on the other side. Oh my god, man. Because we hadn't been able to activate the actual explosions and the missiles are almost touching down, bro. So you gotta blow this bitch up and the missiles to actually stop. And just because you power down the station, or doesn't mean like it stopped everything, because certain things are still working, obviously. Oh. But they're able to defeat the machine. Nice teamwork combo, you know what I'm saying? And then she's in the pod. But for some reason it's malfunctioning. She can't get it open. And he's like, it's cool, like, good, like, and then he finally tells the kid that he loves her, because he sees where this is, like, at what point, like, we're done, bro. Like, we tried, we put up a valiant effort, but this is the end of the road. There's nothing else we can do. And she's like, I don't want you to go. Like, you're supposed to stay with me. You need to protect me, all this. And it's just gut-wrenching, bro. It's gut-wrenching. And the acting job by these two was so on point. Dog, I can't stress enough that. And I'm, like, you see, it's like, it's hard, bro. It's hard on me because that shit was really, really emotional, bro. It really, really was. But you could tell this is enough. Like, can't have it all. Like, shit. And he knows that she's gonna go on to be greater than any of them. And so he's walking back through the space station as it is. Bro, he's walking back through the space station as it's exploding. And bro, it reminded me of that scene in Gladiator, dog, because there's this like hydroponics area where it's this vegetation that they're growing, and it's like he's walking through the fucking everything's blowing up around him, and he's just looking out, and then he sees his wife and she sees him. God damn, bro. I was trying to hold it back, brother. I was trying to hold it back. They kind of got me again for a second. I'm thinking about this, dog. That's why I gotta rewatch this movie. This shit it was too good, bro, on a lot of levels. And they run to each other. They embrace. And they kiss. And the ship explodes. And you see that the kid's seeing this from her pod. And she touches down a little later, but you see the missiles like going inactive or whatever, and they're just crashing into the ground and not actually blowing up. I didn't realize how big these fucking things were, but then you see one hit the ground and it looks like about a football field sized missile. Okay, that's the type of fucking mini nukes we talking about right now, alright? And they were sending like 3 apiece to every fucking major city. Shit was ridiculous. But she touches down. And she steps out. And you get this close-up shot of her. And you just hear the cheers. And you see all the people. Just before that close-up shot, you see all these people celebrating as humans, as robots, as everybody. Like, the world is good again, bro. Because you had already seen there was world protests going on around the world about how niggas was not for this worldwide strike shit that America was about to do. And the fact that they were saved from that and this essentially ended the war, because they don't have another one of those in the top. That's essentially all they had. That was their trump card. Now they don't have that shit no more. And you get this shot where the kid is crying, kind of is sad, but she stepped out and you hear the crowd cheering for her and all this stuff, and it's getting louder and louder. And then you just see her smile and laugh. In the movie. God damn, bro. This is, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This is a 9.5 out of 10. Like, this is strong consideration right now, I mean, for movie of the year. And let me tell you why. You got John David Washington acting his fucking ass off. You got niggas like Ken Watanabe. You got the kid was doing her thing, bro. I'm trying not to overstate it, but the kid was really good, bro. She never took you out of it, not at no moment, not once. And the little side characters they were using, even the general, once he started getting on Smoke and trying to get on his ass, like, that shit was hard. That shit was really kind of clean, bro. And just, man, the writers got in their bag, the music, and to end, the end song, the Clear the Loom, come on, bro. Like I said, man, a hell of a movie. 9 out of 10. This is certainly, right now, the sci-fi of the year, and there's no doubt about it. There's no question. The only other one I see as a shot of being on this level is Dune 2, but boy, oh boy, they gonna have to come with it. They gonna have to come with it. And that's a sequel too, so, you know, they gonna have to go crazy anyway. But I'm just saying. So, right now, hey, the start to Lil Washington's, let me stop disrespecting this nigga. The start to John David Washington's career is incredible right now, bro. To come out the gate in your first movies is Tenet, Amsterdam, The Creator. Props to you, bro. There's no question in my mind, he's up there with the John Majors of the world in terms of like the best actors in the world right now. Like, it's just that simple. Like some people will hold it against him that his dad is who he is, but you can see the similarities at times, but his acting style is definitely his own. And so I don't think that's a problem at all for me. But yeah, soundtrack banged. The fucking CGI was so on point. I'm not about to go on a rant about the Flash CGI again. I've already belabored that enough, but I'm just saying, the effects were so clean. Everything was just super, super well done. If I could have respected that general woman, then the movie probably would have basically got the 10. Because, yeah, the movie was definitely felt long. It felt like a long 2 hours and 15 minutes. But it was a struggle, and it was supposed to feel like that. Like, I really feel like I went on that journey with them niggas. And I'm fine with it being a one-off project. We don't revisit it. That's it. Rap City. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucks with that. I fucks with that. Because you don't need to be doing all types of sequels for things that don't need it. This is like one of them instant classic movies that we will look back on time and realize that it is one of the best movies in the first half of this decade. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, great movie, bro. Great movie. Let me know what y'all thought about The Creator and all the stuff that I just talked about. Do you agree? Do you disagree? But more than anything, I hope you enjoyed the movie. Like, subscribe. It's been your boy T-Rav, and I'm out. Yeah, mother, yeah. God damn, that shit was good.